Hi, my name is Crystal Nelson. I'm an ergonomist at Alter Ergo, and today we're going to be talking about ergonomics as it relates to snow shoveling. So there are a series of studies that have been done that correlate the risks of snow shoveling to injuries and sometimes even heart attacks too. So today we're going to address some of those areas and reduce your risk. So the first thing, even before you go out to shovel, is just to make sure your body is warmed up. So this can be a brisk walk around the house, you can march in place for a little bit, whatever that may look like for you, just to get your heart rate up a little bit so you're not going from a completely seated resting position all the way outside to a very active status. The second thing to consider is make sure you're warming up your muscles. So after you've marched in place for a little bit and started moving, do some stretches, especially some leg stretches and some back stretches too, to help activate the muscles that will be used outdoors when you're shoveling. And always make sure to dress appropriately. So dress in layers, that way if you start to get warm, you can take off some of those layers. If it's really cold out, make sure your base layer is wool. It's good at wicking away moisture, and it's really good at insulating and keeping you warm. And also make sure you're wearing great footwear. So you can add additional traction type footwear or cleats to your boots. That way you can make sure that you are remaining safe and steady while you're moving about outside. Before you start shoveling, make sure you consider the equipment that you're going to use. So if the snowfall has been heavy, full of moisture, make sure you're getting a smaller blade so you aren't having to lift as much, and find a shovel that in general doesn't start out at a heavier weight. It should be a durable but lightweight shovel. The handle of the shovel should be close to your chest height. It can become an issue for taller people because that handle may not extend as far up as needed. For me, as I'm shorter, I can just move my hands lower onto the shaft of the shovel if it is too long. But ideally, the end of the shovel should be close to chest height. And then most handles for shovels are a straight shaft attached to the shovel blade. There are some shovels that have a bend in them. Some of the research can show that that can help with your posture, or you can add a second handle onto your shovel. Adding a second handle to your shovel can be helpful as well, especially something like this. So this can help to promote an upright posture while you're shoveling, because when you shovel without something like this, you'll end up bending down too far, where a shovel handle like this can maintain that good upright posture while you're shoveling. So far you've warmed up and you have thought about the equipment or the shovel that you're going to use. Now I think it's time to get out there and shovel. When you are shoveling, you want to keep your arms in your comfort zone or your power zone. So that's when your arms are resting down by your sides, shoulders down and back, and elbows at 90 to 100 degrees. When you are in this zone, this is the most efficient way that you can be lifting, and it helps to reduce your risk of an injury as well. And then 3 other things to consider while you are outside shoveling is make sure that you avoid large snow piles. You want to slowly work your way into a snow pile instead of having to reach up high to reduce the height of a snow pile. So start down low and make your way into the snow pile. Make sure you take breaks too. It's very important. Even though the snow needs to be removed, it's also important for you just to take a break, rest, do an additional stretch before you continue on. Shoveling is a very heavy duty type task, and it can take a lot of strenuous work to get the job done. And then some other things to consider when you are shoveling is just make sure that you are practicing safe lifting techniques. Shoveling especially causes your body to create more pushing and lifting activities. So with safe lifting, you want to make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart. When you're lifting the load of the snow onto your shovel, make sure that your hands are close to you in that comfort zone. When you're squatting down, make sure you squat with your legs and keep your back straight, and especially avoid any twisting or turning with that heavy load of snow. And lastly, make sure the core of your abdominal muscles and just this whole core within your body is engaged. We want to tighten up those muscles while we're working. It will keep you upright and it will keep you safe while you're shoveling. When you are outside shoveling, just be mindful of some of the cues that your body is telling you, such as any feelings of discomfort, muscle fatigue, or general overall feelings of not feeling well. Just take a break, give it a rest, and then you can always go back to the task. Paying attention to these important cues will help to keep you safe and healthy. If you'd like to learn more ergonomic tips and tricks for your various needs, feel free to follow us on YouTube, or you can visit our website and read some of the informative blogs as well. Thank you.